I'm tired. I'm wasted. I love you, darling.
I got the results of the test back. I definitely have breast cancer.
Everything is not okay. Denny, that is a dangerous man.
You're not my fucking mother.
I hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
I used to know a girl. She had a dozen guys.
That makes me crack up. And the reason I had that video played is because you do your podcast called Proudly Resents, and it's a podcast about really bad schlock movies. And The Room, which that movie is, had a billboard here in Hollywood that I would drive by for years and years and years.
Yeah.
Will you tell us a little bit about that schlocky movie?
Yeah, this guy had a billboard. I would drive it every day to work, and I was like, oh, I have to see this film. So this guy, Tommy Wiseau, makes this movie. He says for $6 million with the dark hair. He writes, directs, produces, stars. And there's so many great stories that he had no idea what he was doing. In fact, he shot that movie with both a video camera, a high-definition camera, and a regular camera next to each other. So nothing's framed correctly. Everything's off by a little bit.
Oh, that's amazing.
And there's so many problems with the woman who says, I have cancer.
Yeah.
She says, I have cancer. Never brings it up again. She just drops that she has cancer. There's so many great lines. So they started showing it at midnight at the Sunset 5 here in LA, in one theater, and people would just yell stuff, and kind of like Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yes.
There was a picture of a spoon, a framed picture of a spoon. So whenever you see that, you yell spoon, and you throw plastic spoons at the. This becomes a huge hit. It sells out all 5 theaters at midnight. They do it once a month. There's celebrities in there. It's a big, big deal. So now a guy comes out of the woodwork and says he's the real director of the film, and so I interview him. He was a cinematographer, and the director, Tommy, couldn't really handle anything. He said, "I want you to. You call action. You call cut. And but I'm the director."
Who was paying for that billboard?
Yeah, where'd he get his money?
That's the secret. He's from like Transylvania or something. I won't say where he's from or how old he is. He gets mad. So before the movie, he comes out and takes questions and answers before the film.
Oh, wow.
Which is hilarious. And people just berate him, and he takes it pretty well. Then he reads the sonnet, and then the movie, and he says, you can laugh, you can cry, whatever you do not hurt each other. And then he leaves the room, takes the money because he 4 walls of the theaters, and then leaves. And then goes to the next city.
Is it sort of like Don Barris, that movie where he makes fun of that guy who's just a little bit like off, a little
Windy
out of
City
step?
Heat.
Windy
Perry.
City Heat,
But he's Perry and Don Barris. Like, it's almost like you made a movie so bad, and that's why you're successful. So what do? You embrace it? But so he embraces it every month, and then he just goes around the world, and people just make fun of his movie. But it's such a gift. It's such a good movie.
You've done like 86 movies.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't talked about 85 of those.
Like, which one would fall in that category?
Yeah, which one would fall in the schlocky category?
Where do we start?
Yeah.
You might recognize me from Pterodactyl.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pterodactyl.
Don't be intimidated.
With a T.
Did you get eaten?
Pterodactyl, obviously. Not only do I get eaten, but at one point, I'm obviously on a scientific expedition, and at one point I just stopped because I really need to just swim in the lake. So I'm in a bra. I take off my clothes, bra and underwear, and I just have to swim. And then I get attacked by the pterodactyl, and it lifts me up. And then later in the movie, it lifts me up and then drops me, like takes my arm off, and I die.
Oh,
and it's tragic.
Yeah. Now, what was your motivation to go in the water? Because you had to die in the water?
Swim.
Yes.
Because she wanted to swim.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wow.
So you don't question stuff like that. You're just like, okay.
No, a girl needs to swim.
Yeah, okay.
How old were you when you started?
Maybe 19. So now I've evolved into having, more of a career with smart, interesting, layered characters.
She only works with pterodactyls that were on Friends. Just like named Matt. Otherwise,
wow.
no.
Wow.
Don't even try to get him to fist bump.
Oh, come on.
No,
Come on.
No, I can't. Seriously, I'll hurt you. I will hurt you. Seriously, no, seriously.
Your hand is going to meet my fist.
When I do it, I look like I need...
No, you're cool.
No, you're okay. Okay, all right,
But you have
okay.
to come to me.
We'll do it. I'm ready, okay?
Ready? And...
Hey!
Yes!
Aww.
Good job!
I love that.
How cute are you? That's just so adorable.
The big love.
Yeah.
I just love the fact that there aren't that many women who look like you that are willing to make fun of themselves as much as you do. I just think that's super
I think
hot.
there are now more so. I mean, I've been watching the progression, of these
I think
wonderful
you're right.
parts for women that are fantastic, and we're getting to do so much more.
And have a little bit more scope.
Something, anything. Yeah.
Yeah, give me something to work with other than being the
Yes.
girlfriend.
Yes.
All the
Yeah.
characters on your show are so great. and
They're
developed.
it's so well written.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
So,
it's
it's
so
only
funny.
2 guys that wrote the whole. There's not like a writing team, and
Oh,
they are
really?
fiercely bright.
Uh-huh.
It's crazy.
He looks, by the way, very handsome.
The
Matt
English
LeBlanc.
or Matt?
Yeah, Matt
Yeah.
LeBlanc.
You think
he
so?
He looks good.
You're not
He
into
looks
it?
good.
You're not into Rich.
Rich, handsome,
Charismatic, kind. Blech,
Ugh.
boring.
Oh, he's kind? Ugh. Seen it.
Loser.
Over it.
I did a silly film that hasn't been released a year and a half ago where I was murdered, and it was awesome.
Like a horror or
It was a horror,
Okay.
and I was murdered. It was the opening scene, and I'm a comedian, so I'm not a very good actress, but there was this moment where he was coming at me, and I loved it, and I was so into it.
I've always said that you're like a 40s damsel in distress heroine, so I can see you being like,
I
the
know.
close-up on your eyes.
Every time I answer the phone, I'm like, "Hello," and she's like, "Oh my God, you're like a damsel in distress." You know, it's
She
like,
sounds
"Oh my God, I need some help. I'm tied up on the railroad tracks." Like that's just how she views my
She
voice.
sounds like it cracks me up every time I call her. She's like, "Hello, I don't know what to do. He's a stranger," and it's true.
Someone call a
Should be doing
policeman.
more. Yeah.
But what do you love doing the best? Do you love doing horror? Do you love doing
I haven't done
comedy?
horror in years.
When you
Years
say
and years,
horror
but-
in your accent, you guys, it always sounds like horror to me.
I
It always
know.
sounds
I do
like
horror
that.
movie. I know.
You've done a lot of horror movies.
In the beginning, yeah. I did a lot of horror in my life.
T Radio V. Radio in TV.